What's up, guys? Thanks for tuning into this video. Today we're going to be doing top Jordans of last year, so 2022.
Make sure you like the video and subscribe to the channel. We'll be releasing videos every Saturday. A lot of different content coming up this year. You don't want to miss this. So
yeah, it'll be pretty good stuff. Shout out to everyone who commented the secret word last video. Appreciate you guys commenting all the time. It means a lot. I've got a pretty good list. I'm sure Tyler's got a pretty good list too.
Stacked.
It was a good year for Jordan. I mean, they released a lot of bangers. Things you see every day, things you don't see every day. It's good variety this year, I feel like.
Definitely.
Got some highs, got some lows. I mean,
and we're going to cover them.
Yeah.
These will be our favorite, not necessarily the best, but our favorite 10 from the last year. 10 or so. Do you have honorable mentions before we start?
I do not, but
no
I
honorable
can
mentions? No, you don't have to.
Okay.
Okay, I have 3 honorable mentions.
Okay.
Number 1, this may be a hot take, but the Jordan 1 mid Inside Out, the craft, kind of feels like an off-white release without being an off-white release. I thought like the creativity was really good there. The materials they use on them, very premium, really clean shoe. So I'd say those, and then I would say dark smoke gray ones, the lows, the OG cut. Again, it's kind of a similar idea. Kind of felt like a collaboration, but it was just Nike, different materials, different things on it. Comes with another set of laces. Just thought it was really creative.
Are you talking about like the Gore-Tex looking ones?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was really cool. Are they like weatherproof kind of?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah.
Those, and then my last honorable mention will be Reverse Mocha, Travis Scott, Jordan 1s. We'll get into that a little later.
Yeah. All right, so I guess starting with my number 10, I have the Fire Red 3s. It's a solid shoe, it's a classic. I just didn't really love it. I think they made the elephant print a little darker this time, right?
I think so.
Than the OGs.
Yeah.
I think that kind of just threw it off for me. I mean, I don't have a pair. I don't think I'm gonna get a pair. Maybe in the future sometime, just because it's a classic. I mean, it'd be really easy to wear, but I just don't really see myself wearing it over like a Fire Red 4 or a Chicago. That's kind of my toss-up right there. It's a good release, but just isn't my favorite.
That's fair. I personally have them in my top 5. I'd rank them a little higher just because I think they did a really good job making it an OG pair, but giving it enough freshness to feel like something new. So it's something that, you know, people who had the original pair or the pair that released in the early 2000s, they can get another pair and be like, oh, it's a freshen up to the rotation. Whereas also new sneakerheads could be like, oh, this is a dope shoe, like great color, so on and so forth. So yeah, I thought just a little something for everybody.
Yeah, I could agree with that. It's a good, like, I guess that's true. Like if you don't want to pay higher stuff for like, I guess a more popular like red shoe, because red and white shoes go crazy. Yeah. It's a good solid option. Yeah. But that's why it is on my list, of course, because these are all good shoes that I have down in my opinion. Yeah.
All right, number 10 for me is going to be the Stage Haze or the Bleach Coral, whatever you want to call them, Jordan 1 highs. I liked the hint of like the cracked leather on them. I feel like this was kind of something that Jordan did a lot more of last year, but I feel like this was one of the first shoes that when I saw it, I was like, okay, they did this right. Very easy to wear, very like simple colors with a little pop of pink on the Nike Air on the tongue. Also comes with pink laces. I prefer the other color laces, but I feel like it's a shoe that does enough by itself, but is also can be customized to pop more if you would like it to.
I think it's like one of those things, like people always put pink laces in their shoes, like they already come with pink laces.
Yeah.
And it's just like such an easy wear. I mean, it's a white and black shoe, and you have gray. What's not to like about it?
Easy money.
Yeah. My number 9, I had the Red Thunder 4s. They came out with a bunch of good 4s this year that I just thought was a really solid one. Black and red colorway. That's pretty much it, to be honest. Like, I don't know. They just really hit with the 4s this year, which is why we see them being so popular right now. With the way the fashion has been going too, with like baggy pants, it just makes it that much easier to rock.
Yeah, I agree. I kind of forgot that honestly the Red Thunder 4s came out last year because they came out so early in the year. But I mean, you can look at prices for them now. They have gone way up, and I think they're only going to continue to go up. Like Ben said, it's, I mean, really easy to wear. It's a spin on, you know, the regular Thunders that are hopefully re-releasing this year.
Yeah, we'll see.
But yeah, just different enough to feel like a new Jordan, but still somewhat of the same to make you feel like, you know, kind of comfortable wearing it. So
yeah, I'm glad they kind of like, I guess they didn't really take a step away from the white, like the, you know, the classic Jordan 4 color blocking, because I think it's just cool.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh gosh. Okay.
What was your favorite Jordan 4 release of 2022 and why?
I feel like I'm basic if I say military blacks, just because like we all know that was like the most popular and the best. Let's see, what did they even come out with? Red Thunders, military blacks, and there's one more.
Black canvas.
Oh, black canvas and the infrareds. Honestly, the black canvas might be my favorite. I don't have a pair of any of those 4s, but I think they look really good. And I don't know how the material looks necessarily on feet. Like I haven't seen it, of course, on my own feet because I don't have them, but I feel like it'd be a good shoe to have, a good solid black shoe.
I agree with that.
What was your favorite Jordan 4 release of 2022 and why?
Even though it was disappointing to me, at least as far as the release went, my favorite Jordan 4 of this last year was the blank canvas Jordan 4s. Obviously, kind of the polar opposite of the black canvas Jordan 4s, but I felt like with the blank canvas, there was a little bit more going on. Not enough to make the shoe feel like wild and unwearable, but enough that it's gonna pop a little bit more than like a black canvas does. Just as easy to wear. I'd say probably even easier to wear with it being a lighter color.
Yeah.
But yeah, I definitely say that was my favorite release. I just hate the way that it was released because it was never really released
in the US.
In the US.
Yeah.
So
that was unfortunate.
L country.
Back to the list. I think you're up for your number 9.
All right. At number 9, I have the DJ Khaled Air Jordan 5s. Yeah. Either colorway, obviously one being friends and family, one kind of being, I'm not really sure what happened on release, and then we got the Crimson Bliss release. Every time I look at the shoe, it gets like more and more desirable for me. Like every time I see it, I just want the shoe more. I'll cave in probably by the end of the month and buy a pair. But I just think like, number one, the quality on the shoe is insane. The leather that they used on that is like next level. And you don't see that very often. I feel like, especially with 5s.
Yeah.
I feel like Jordan 5s are not a model. They get a ton of love.
Yeah, for sure.
This upcoming year, I think that's different. But I love the premium materials on them, the color, right? Very bright, vibrant, it pops. And then I've seen them also get the lace swap with people put the blue laces in. And typically I don't like that much contrast in the shoe.
Yeah.
But even with the blue laces, I think they look amazing. They look phenomenal. So that's definitely got to be number 9 on my list.
Yeah. The quilted interior too is way nice.
Oh yeah, great touch.
Yeah. All right. Coming at my number 8, I have the Cherry 11s. I mean, I thought it was a pretty cool shoe. It's the only 11 release that they did in a men's pair this year, right? I guess, unless, no, I think that's it.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
I want to say there's a pair of lows, but maybe there
Yeah, I was going to say, maybe it's the only high.
Yeah.
I'm like pretty positive it's the only high they released this year.
It was, yeah. No,
Yeah.
It's just one a year.
Yeah, so I thought those are like super clean. The quality's really good.
I agree.
The colors pop. The icy sole's a good hit. I mean, I'm not a super big 11s guy, but they look super clean.
Those are nice.
Yeah.
Cherry 11s are nice.
Yeah.
I honestly kind of forgot about them. They didn't make my list. I regret that. All right, next on my list is going to be Chicago 2s. Okay. Personally, not a big fan of 2s. I feel like the 2 lows look like bowling shoes, and then the 2 highs are maybe just too plain for me. Yeah. But I do always love paying homage to an OG colorway, and especially when they do the colorway and like the execution of it is very clean. And I don't think this is any exception. A lot of people obviously who are into 2s were excited about this release. Even me personally, who's not really into 2s, just as a sneakerhead in general, I'm excited about a release like this. And like I said, I think the execution of it was great. They used good materials. No complaints on the shoe. Just a really beautiful shoe.
Yeah.
It's hard to go wrong with the Chicago colorway.
Yeah, for sure. Like, I don't think there's any Chicago colorway that they can kind of botch unless they do the 2013 Jordan 1 Chicagos.
We don't talk about those.
Yeah, something like that again.
That's cursed media.
Yeah, that's the only time they'll really screw it up that bad. You got to have a bad shoe to get it out of the way, though. You can't.
True.
Got to learn from your mistakes.
True.
Yeah. Okay, coming into my 7, I have the Travis Scott Reverse Mochas. I mean, pretty clean shoe. I think it's overhyped for what it really is. I think it's a cool shoe. I really like brown and tan colors, so especially in the fall. Super nice shoe, good quality. Not really what I expected from the pictures. It was a little more gray with the suede than brown than I thought, so it was a little bit of a letdown, but good execution, solid shoe.
I don't have much to say about them. We'll talk about Travis Scott's in the next video, so make sure you stay tuned for that one. And I guess I'll save my opinions, keep it hushed for now. Okay, I've only got a few more on my list because everything else has kind of been talked about. I guess this is gonna be number 4 on my list. Military blacks.
Yeah.
Had to be mentioned at some point in the list. Some people call it the Panda of 4s. It is what it is.
Yeah.
I somewhat agree to that aspect, but kind of taking, the military blue, changing a couple things, using a few different materials on it, making, I feel like, a little bit more modernized. Not much to say about the shoe. Very easy to wear. Good looking shoe. Obviously, it's a Jordan 4. I feel like they're a little bit more comfortable than like the military blues were, but I feel like that is the way with all of the Jordan 4s now.
Yeah.
I don't really have much to say about the shoe other than easy to wear. It's a good looking shoe. I mean, what else do you want to ask for in a shoe?
Yeah. I had that at number 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I mean, it's just because like it was such a popular release. I don't think there's anybody that has complaints about it.
Yeah, no, I agree.
What did they do wrong?
Yeah.
There's not a single thing that they did wrong with that shoe.
That's a good point. Like, I feel like there is something to be said about releasing a shoe that is received by everybody the same way.
Yeah.
Because I haven't really heard any slander ever about military blacks.
Yeah.
So
I mean, the only thing you can argue with is the prices, but that's not.
Yeah. I mean, they can't do anything about
that.
that.
Exactly. But.
And they gave, I feel like there was like an initial release of them and then an additional sneakers drop of them afterwards. They released on Foot Locker like 3 or 4 times. So if you were paying attention, I feel like you could have picked up a pair for retail.
Yeah.
But
I guess kind of just diving deeper into my list, I'm just going to combine these. They're not really the same, but just 2 Jordan 1s that I thought were really good. The yellow toes, and then I think I will continue to say this, the most slept on shoe of the year, the Georgetown ones. Nobody talks about them.
I actually agree with that. Yeah.
It is such a good colorway.
It is.
And I don't see them ever. I don't hear about them. I don't see them. I think it's the most slept on shoe of the year by far.
I think I agree with that. I think part of the reason is because navy blue is maybe a little bit hard of a color to wear.
Yeah.
And I think people just prefer other things, obviously, like military black, right?
Yeah.
It's much easier to wear than the Georgetown. But for not being an OG colorway, but it feels like an OG colorway. Like it feels like something that could have released in the 80s. Yeah, absolutely. I definitely forgot that those released this year.
Yeah.
So.
I think everyone does.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. I just think it's a really solid shoe. And then with the taxis, I mean, it's a yellow shattered backboard.
Yeah.
So
I think that may be my favorite pair of the year, personally.
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think that's valid.
Yeah.
And I definitely want to get a pair.
It's definitely like, then my number 1 on the list.
Yeah.
It's like back and forth.
Yeah. I guess what else do you have left? Because I have 2 left.
I've got my number 1 pair. That's it.
Oh yeah, and I have that as well.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just go with my last 2.
Okay.
That you didn't mention. I have the black canvas 4 and then the All Mama Air Force. I feel like there's not a lot of talk about the All Mama Air Force. I don't wish that they. How do I put this? I wish they used a little bit different of a color, but I still really like it. I think it's toned down enough to where it's wearable.
Yeah.
But if they did a more like brown, I guess, or like tan, I just think it would be that much better.
Almost like taupe.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
I really liked them when I saw like mock-ups. I personally like the mock-up more than I do what the final product was. I still think it's a great shoe. It's a beautiful shoe. And obviously, right, the quality on everything on Mama Nier in the last 2 years has been insane. But I feel like these ones especially, with just the different materials they use, the quilted inside, the packaging, the button. Like you could go on and on about all of the different things that they put together into that shoe that makes it a great shoe.
Yeah.
I personally don't love like the color. I just feel like they're a little dull.
Yeah, I could see that. I think it's a more difficult wear, but if you can pull it off, it looks really, really nice.
I agree.
Especially with cream laces.
True.
Because I think with the purple laces, they don't look that good.
Yeah, it needs some more contrast.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, the last shoe.
And then black canvas.
Black canvas, yeah. I mean, we kind of already talked about that a little bit. It's an all black shoe, cool material, easy wear. I mean, what's not to like about it?
Yeah, I mean, we did do a sneaker review on them. I did it, and I talked about kind of the materials that they used on it. And I like the name black canvas, and then you look at the shoe and having it be like an all canvas material. Yeah. Love like just the details.
Yeah.
So yeah, easy to wear. Not much else to say.
Yeah. And then with the final one.
I mean, we all knew what it was gonna be.
Yeah. Best release of the year. Lost and Found Jordan 1s.
Best release in the last
while.
Maybe since the last time they released Chicago's.
2015.
Actually, I don't know. There's been some crazy years since then. What else is there really to say? I mean, I feel like everybody's seen 1,000 reviews on them of all the things that they put into the shoe. It is still just surprising to me every day when I go home and I look at them. I have not worn them yet. I have not got the courage to wear them yet.
See, I finally
You were different.
Yeah. Well, I was just like, I'm gonna wear them eventually.
Yeah.
So as long as I take good care of them, it'll work out. But
for sure.
Yeah, I have them like on my shelf, and every time I walk by, I'm just like, dang, they're so nice.
I feel like just sit in my room with those in my hand and look at them for like hours.
Yeah. I've had people come over to my house. Hey, can I see those? Like, I'm like, Okay. Yeah.
I love every detail. Like there is not a single thing on the shoe that I don't like.
Yeah.
I love that it's a 1985 cut. I love that it feels like, you know, like you found essentially buried treasure.
Yeah.
Right? With the different put together box, the newspaper for the lining, the receipt for the Sandy Bros, like the cracked leather, right? The aged sole, the dust on the bottom.
Yeah.
You can name any detail of the shoe and I'd be like, yeah, I love that about the shoe. And this is why.
Yeah, I think like not a complaint, but the only thing I wish maybe was a little bit different is just like I feel like the cracked leather on like the collar is like a lot because it kind of makes it like a toned down black, I guess. But I guess that's like the whole point of the shoe.
Yeah.
It's not something that I wish they would have changed, but maybe I would like it a little bit more if they did a little bit less. But I feel like it's gonna like scratch away.
I know it does feel like that.
I'm kind of scared.
I'm like
about
scared
it.
of that, yeah. But I think just with, you know, kind of the technology that we have now and the way they're designed,
It'll be fine.
it should be fine.
Yeah.
And I personally, I kind of felt the same way about some of the other details until I had held a pair of the 1985 Chicago's in hand.
Yeah.
And seeing those and then seeing the lost and founds, like side by side comparison, like the details are perfect.
Yeah.
The only thing that they
similar.
could have done is like maybe age the midsole a little more, but I like the way that it is.
Yeah, I think it looks good with how it is. And maybe if you give it time on this pair, maybe it'll yellow a little bit more and come out to what the 85s were looking like.
What is your personal favorite Jordan 1 of 2022?
Well, I think it's pretty simple. Like the lost and founds are just like the best Jordan 1. I like that it was such an anticipated release. They did a really good job on them. It's an OG colorway.
What is your personal favorite Jordan 1 of 2022?
I would say lost and founds. But that's just like the easy answer. I think that's a consensus, everybody's number one. So if we were to take those away, then I would say my favorite would be the yellow toe or the taxi. Every time I wear it, I just look at the shoe and I'm like, it's just so clean. Obviously, same color blocking as some of the most popular Air Jordans with like shattered backboards, red toes, so on and so forth, just using a different color. And I feel like the yellow is different enough from like the orange on the shattered backboard to make it feel like a new idea, but still keeping like what is comfortable about the shattered backboards in the color blocking and everything. So
yeah, I'm glad they did like a dandelion yellow instead of like a bright yellow. If that
yeah,
makes sense.
I thought it was gonna be like an actual taxi,
Yeah.
like that bright yellow at first,
that-
and I would not have vibed with that as much.
Yeah,
But
I think they used a good.
yeah, having it being toned down, especially with the black, and then like the cream instead of like a white, love them.
Yeah.
Okay, since you both said lost and founds, I'm gonna start with Ty on this one. How much did you spend on your lost and found Jordan 1s?
I spent it was a pretty penny. I think it was like $4.
Yeah.
Okay, Benj, how much did you spend on your lost and found Jordan 1s?
See, I don't know if I can say this on a video because my parents, it's an undisclosed amount.
Say a number, then I'll blur it out, even if it's the wrong number.
I spent.
The actual one.
No, yeah, it's actually the. But just like still bleep it out because like that's funny.
That would actually be way funny. I spent. Is that the actual number? Yeah, but
Like.
true. All right. Well, that's it for our list. If you guys have anything else that you really liked this year from Jordan that we didn't include on our list, make sure you drop it in the comments. If you have something you disagree with, right? We're always willing to hear. We always want to have a conversation. We love talking about shoes, obviously.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching the video. Make sure you like the video. Make sure you subscribe. The secret word of the day today, what do you want it to be?
How about slides?
Slides.
Some slides.
Yeah. He's wearing slides. We got news of Nike slides coming out to hopefully fill a void that Yeezy has left. We'll see how that goes, though. That's a whole nother video
Yeah.
that we will not be making. Okay, I think that's all I have.
Yeah.
Anything else?
Thanks for watching. Appreciate you guys. So yeah, that's it for us.
Over to CleanKIX G.
Wait, in the video.